Hello students, you are welcome in the lecture number 9 of a chapter of solutions. In the last lecture, we have completed fourth colligative property, that is osmotic pressure. And in this lecture, we are supposed to complete the colligative properties of electrolytes. So you are once again in our college, Shardabai Power Mahila Mahavidyalaya, for the lecture of solutions. In this lecture, we are supposed to complete the colligative properties of electrolytes. You know the difference between electrolytes and non-electrolytes. Electrolyte is a substance which, whenever added to the water, undergo dissociation and produces the ions, that is cations and anions. Whereas non-electrolytes are the substances which, whenever added to the water, they are just undergoing dissolution. Just they are dissolved, but they are not producing the ions. They are known as non-electrolytes. So, what are the colligative properties of electrolytes? How they are different from the colligative properties of non-electrolytes? Let us see over here how they are different. Whenever we have studied this chapter, at start I have told you that we are supposed to study the colligative properties of non-volatile non-electrolyte. So whatever the part we have studied so far is nothing but the colligative properties of non-electrolytes. But here we are studying now the colligative properties of electrolytes. They are little bit different. In what sense they are different? The first point is that the solutions of electrolytes we know exhibit colligative properties which do not obey relations of non-electrolytes. Why? Because electrolytes produces ions and non-electrolytes will not producing the ions. Therefore, the properties of electrolyte exhibit in different manner as compared with the non-electrolytes. Secondly, the colligative properties of solutions of electrolytes are greater than those to be expected for solutions of non-electrolytes. This is important point. The colligative properties of electrolytes are slightly greater. They show higher values than that of the colligative property of non-electrolyte of same concentration. Why this is second point? Can you remember? If you study the colligative property of non-electrolyte, if they show value 1, see here, suppose colligative property of non-electrolyte is 1. What could be colligative property of electrolyte? It is greater than 1. Why? Because electrolyte undergo dissociation. Suppose if the electrolyte gives 2 ions, how many particles are there? There are 2 particles. But for non-electrolyte it is only 1 particle, because non-electrolyte is not undergoing dissociation. Electrolyte undergo dissociation, produces 2 ions, therefore value will be 2. It means that if we take the example of colligative properties of solutions of electrolytes, they are greater than those to be expected for solutions of non-electrolyte of same concentration. If non-electrolyte has concentration 1, it show property 1. But if electrolyte has concentration 1, it gives 2 particles, 2 solute particles, and we know colligative properties are the properties which are depending on number of solute particle. Therefore, electrolyte will have higher value as compared with non-electrolyte. And third one more, the molar masses of electrolyte in aqueous solution determined by colligative properties are found to be lower. If we study the colligative property of electrolyte, they give ions. They are not intact molecules. They are ions. And ions are formed from molecule. So suppose, if we take the example, suppose, if we take the example of substance like NaCl, how many ions NaCl is producing? It is producing 2 ions, Na plus and Cl minus. Two ions are produced from NaCl. We are calculating the molecular weight of solute M2. For calculation of molecular weight of solute, 4 different equations we have studied. And everywhere we are calculating the molecular weight. Here, this is electrolyte. We are expecting the molecular weight of NaCl. But we are getting molecular weight of either Na plus or Cl minus. This has a molecular weight 58.5. This is 23. This is 35.5. We are not getting the molecular weight of NaCl. We are getting molecular weight of either Na plus or Cl minus. Therefore, molecular weight of electrolyte calculated, obtained by colligative properties is less as compared with the expected value. So, that is the meaning of third property. The molar masses of electrolytes of aqueous solutions determined by colligative properties are found to be considerably lower than the formula masses. Now, why colligative properties of electrolyte solution are greater than those for non-electrolyte solution of same concentration? That is the point of discussion. That is what just now I have discussed. If we take electrolyte and non-electrolyte, colligative properties of electrolyte are greater than the colligative properties of non-electrolyte of the same concentration. Why they are greater? Because here I have written electrolyte undergo dissociation. Whenever electrolytes dissolve in water, they produces 2 or more ions. If the electrolyte is producing 2 ions, colligative property have double value. If it is producing 3 ions, colligative property will have triple value. If it is producing 4 ions, colligative property will have the value 4 times as compared with the expected. Why that is possible? Why that is so? Because electrolytes, whenever dissolved in water, they produces the ions. And colligative properties are depending on number of particles, number of solute particle. These ions are acting as solute particle. Therefore, colligative properties of electrolyte solution are greater than that of the colligative properties of non-electrolyte of same concentration. Now, what is Van't Hoff factor? Van't Hoff factor for any solution is nothing but the Van't Hoff factor is nothing but the ratio of what? It is the ratio of colligative property of electrolyte of given concentration to the colligative property of non-electrolyte of same concentration. To obtain colligative properties of electrolyte solutions by using relations for non-electrolytes, Van't Hoff scientists have suggested a factor known as I, and it is defined as a ratio of colligative property of solution of electrolyte divided by colligative property of solution of non-electrolyte of same concentration. I is nothing but ratio of colligative property of electrolyte, colligative property of electrolyte of certain given concentration to the colligative property of non-electrolyte of same concentration. So, at numerator we are using electrolyte having certain concentration, and at denominator we are using the non-electrolyte of same concentration. But we know electrolyte, if undergoing dissociation, it shows a higher value of colligative property. and non-electrolytes are not undergoing dissociation. Therefore, there is no change in value of colligative property. Or I, on the basis of 4 different colligative properties, colligative property delta TB, elevation of boiling point for electrolyte, suppose 0, divided by delta TB of non-electrolyte. For non-electrolyte it is constant. This is never changing. What is the symbol used? They have used symbol in your book. Just 1 minute. For different colligative properties, see, opposite way they have used this symbol. Here they have used delta TB 0. For non-electrolyte, delta TB 0, because that is not changing. Or if we consider depression of freezing point, it is delta TF, that is colligative property of electrolyte of given concentration, to the delta TF 0. Or osmotic pressure pi. Osmotic pressure, we are using the symbol pi, of given concentrated electrolyte divided by osmotic pressure of non-electrolyte of same concentration. Or maybe on the basis of vapor pressure also, change in vapor pressure, delta P upon delta P0. This is how Van 't Hoff factor can be studied. It is the ratio of colligative property of solution of electrolyte to the colligative property of non-electrolyte of same concentration. So we know value of colligative property is always greater because that undergo dissociation 2, but it is not undergoing dissociation, it may be 1. So what is the Van 't Hoff factor? It is equal to 2 in case of the electrolytes like NaCl, sodium chloride. In case of the electrolyte like Ki. In case of the electrolyte like KCl. But if we take the electrolyte like Na2SO4, how many ions are present here? 3 ions. Therefore, the ratio will be 3/1. In case of SiCl4, how many ions are there? 5 ions. So the ratio will be 5/1. In that manner, Van 't Hoff factor increases with increase in the number of ions produced from that electrolyte. That is Van 't Hoff factor. Then next point is here modification of expressions of colligative properties. We have seen 4 different colligative properties. Delta P we have studied, lowering of vapor pressure, elevation of boiling point, depression of freezing point, and osmotic pressure. We have studied this equation, this much, this one. But that is the equation for relative lowering of vapor pressure equal to this equation we have studied. And that is expression for non-electrolyte. Now here we are studying modified expressions for colligative properties of electrolytes. See here colligative properties mentioned earlier, whatever we have studied are for non-electrolytes. And for electrolytes, the modifications are such that this expression is multiplied by Van 't Hoff factor. This expression we have studied. This also we have studied. This also we have studied. And each expression is multiplied by I, that is Van 't Hoff factor, which is a ratio of colligative property of electrolyte of given concentration to the colligative property of non-electrolyte of the same concentration. So all these colligative properties expressions are multiplied by Van 't Hoff factor I, and that is nothing but the modification of expression of colligative properties. And one more point I have to complete over here is nothing but the relation between Van 't Hoff factor I and degree of dissociation. If the electrolyte is strong electrolyte undergoing complete dissociation, if an electrolyte is strong electrolyte undergoing complete dissociation, Van 't Hoff factor can be easily calculated. Just now I have told you Van 't Hoff factor for NaCl is 2, K2SO4 3, Na2SO4 3, SiCl4 5, because 5 upon 1, 3 upon 1, 2 upon 1, like that. That is for strong electrolytes undergoing complete dissociation. But for weak electrolytes which are undergoing incomplete dissociation, this type of expression is obtained. Consider an electrolyte AXBY. Consider this is the electrolyte AXBY, which is weak electrolyte undergoing incomplete dissociation, therefore reversible. Forward as well as backward dissociation is present. Forward dissociation, backward dissociation, association is present. Means it is undergoing incomplete dissociation. Let us consider at start we have taken 1 mole. At start of reaction this is 0, that is also 0. See here. Suppose we have started with AXBY. It is undergoing dissociation, giving XA plus and YB minus. At start of reaction, what is product? 0, 0. And this is 100%. So suppose I have taken 1, 0, 0. If I have taken 10, 0, 0. Out of 10, if 2 are undergoing dissociation, 2. So this is forming 2, this is forming 2, left part is 8. Out of 10, whenever 2 undergoing dissociation, producing 2 and 2, and left behind is 8. So instead of this 10, I am considering 1. Out of 1, at start 0, 0. Out of 1, alpha is dissociated. So this is alpha, this is also alpha. And what is this left behind? 1 minus alpha. 1 minus alpha. And that is what indicated over here. 1 mole 0, 0. 1 minus alpha is left behind. Here it is the 1 minus alpha left behind. Alpha, alpha multiplied by x multiplied by y. So x alpha and y alpha of A and B are produced at equilibrium. Started with 1. Initially we have taken 1. 0, 0. 1 minus alpha left behind. This is producing x alpha, this is y alpha. What is the total number of moles at equilibrium? That is 1 minus alpha plus x alpha plus y alpha. Summation of 1 minus alpha, x alpha, y alpha, and that comes equal to 1 plus alpha x plus y minus 1. See how that comes? That solution I am telling. 1 minus alpha plus x alpha plus y alpha. 1 minus alpha plus x alpha plus y alpha. 1, 2, 3. What is common? Alpha is common. Alpha is common. So if we take alpha as a common, what we will get? 1 plus alpha. What is the left part here? X. Here y. And here minus 1. So 1 plus alpha, x plus y minus 1. That is what they have indicated here. What is this X plus Y? X plus Y is nothing but the total number of moles which we have started. We have started with n moles. Let us consider X plus Y is nothing but total number of moles. Let that is n. So X plus Y considering as n, we will get 1 plus alpha in bracket n minus 1. And from that equation, this is the next part. Here n is nothing but X plus Y, moles obtained after dissociation. And I, actual moles of particles in solution after dissociation. What is the actual moles now? Just we have studied here. What is the actual moles? 1 plus alpha n minus 1. Actual moles. So 1 plus alpha n minus 1. And moles of formula unit dissolved in solution. In the solution, how many I have taken? We have started with 1 mole. And we have actually these moles present. And the ratio, what is the colligative property? What is that Van't factor? It is the ratio of moles actually present divided by total moles taken. So this one is nothing but actual moles, this divided by moles we have taken. We have started with 1. And from that, finally, we will arrive up to that equation. I is equal to, this I will be equal to 1 plus alpha n minus 1. This one can be neglected. And finally, if you solve this, see, from that equation, I will be equal to 1 plus alpha n minus 1. So what it become? I minus 1 equal to alpha into n minus 1. Therefore, alpha will be equal to, this is I. Alpha will be equal to I minus 1 divided by n minus 1. This is the equation. And that is the relationship between degree of dissociation alpha, Van't factor I, and number of moles of the ions produced from weak electrolyte. So with that, the chapter of solutions we have completed. Now we are supposed to complete only problems. In the next lecture, we will take 1 or 2 problems, numerical examples. And then we'll stop that chapter of solutions over there. Thank you.